Hey yogis, welcome to your meditation practice today. Please find a comfortable seat. So I've sat on a block, elevated my sitting bones. I find that just feels a little more accessible for my pelvis, my knees also. So I'm sitting up on a block, and I also have a pillow beneath my right knee because it kind of elevates away from the earth. So instead of letting it hang in space, I've just supported the knee. Okay. And when you have arrived in something that feels good, just shift around a little side to side. So just rocking your weight, and make sure you can feel those two bony protrusions at the base of your spine, your sitting bones, anchored and grounding down evenly. And you can just kind of let the arms rest in the lap, elbows soft. Palms facing down is a little more grounding, but if you wish, or if you're yearning for some inspiration today, perhaps you just turn the palms to face up so you have open palms and soft fingers. And start to really settle now. So perhaps you begin by just focusing your drishti, your gaze, somewhere down on the floor in front of you. So it's a downward casting gaze. And the quality of the gaze, it's really soft. So instead of thinking about this kind of laser sharp focus, allow it to be really gentle. It's almost like the way you see children when they discover something new. It's like this open eyes, total curiosity. And as you continue to focus your drishti on this point, it's like the periphery of your gaze, it starts to broaden and widen. And you can keep the gaze exactly where it is, or if it feels safe for you to do, perhaps softly invite your eyelids to close on down. You allow yourself to arrive. And depending on when you are practicing, sometimes when it's a little later in the day, our mind is hooked onto some place else, somewhere we've been earlier in the day. So we'll just allow ourselves to land in the body on your mat or in your seat, exactly where you are, with no real sense of urgency, like just breath by breath, slowly becoming aware of where you are. And to begin this grounding meditation practice, we will start with just a few cycles of some breath work. In this particular style of breath work, it's known as Samavriti in Sanskrit, or equal breathing. And I find it a great way to connect, especially when I've been caught up in my mind or running around doing a million things. It's a really effective way of dropping down and in from the busy chaos of the mind, descending into the depths of what it feels like to be embodied. So together, let's have a breath in through both nostrils. You can part your lips to softly sigh. Gently closing down the mouth now. Inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4. Start to fill. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Letting go of the breath technique now and allowing your breath to flow effortlessly. And just sitting in the kind of echo of a couple cycles of conscious connected breath, sitting in the sensations, and maybe there's some biofeedback for you. You might be able to sense the heart beating or feel a pulse deep within. Maybe there's even this kind of sense of a swirling, almost spiraling sensation through the body. Keeping the breath really effortless now. So just breath awareness. No need to fix or adjust or modify, manipulate. You're just allowing yourself to be exactly as you are. And I'll begin to guide you through a body scan today. This is a really effective tool to anchor down into your body. And it can be a really great way to feel a sense of stability and centeredness. So keeping that subtle thread of your breath just continuously ebbing and flowing. Start to run your awareness all the way down your body, and please find your feet. And more specifically, without any movement, can you feel your toes? And you might be able to feel the toes press against the earth or the ground beneath you. Or perhaps it's more of this kind of energetic tingling at the toe tips. You might even be visualizing the toes, but just holding your awareness on all 10 toes and seeing if with just focusing your attention, if it starts to come alive. Yeah. And then from the toes now, see if you can sense or feel that really soft skin between each of the toes. There's like these 8 little ponds of velvet skin, really tender, very rarely gets touched between the toes. Can you feel it if you try really hard to focus your attention on the skin between the toes? Perhaps it starts to talk to you, and it talks to you not in the way of words. Yeah, the body speaks in an entirely different language of sensation and textures and temperature. So what is present for you when you focus your attention and awareness to the space between all 10 toes? Now, sensing the soles of your feet, like the pads of the feet, the balls of the feet, the arches. There's the inner arch and the outer arch, the heel. And running your awareness on the whole sole of the foot, then go over the foot and sense that really sheer layer of skin that covers the fine bones of the foot mechanic. And it's like your awareness pierces through the foot. You can now sense and feel both of your feet fully alive. Beginning now to take your awareness from your feet to your ankles and running your awareness up over the shin bones. Can you feel the front of the shin bones? And then wrapping your awareness behind the shin bone, feeling the muscle of the calf. It's like the mango. One of my teachers, Gwyn, he calls it the mango, the way that the mango of the calf muscle attaches to the bone and keep going to the kneecap, the front of the knee, the patella. Can you feel the way it sits and holds the bones in place? And then the back of the knee, like behind that knee crease where there's this kind of crisscrossing, this weaving of soft tissue that holds the bones in place. And you'll continue to trace your awareness up the legs, so the front of the legs, your quads and sides of the legs, the outer hips, the backs of the thighs, your hamstrings to your buttocks, and feel those big muscles at your butt, and run your awareness all the way now from your hips, your pelvis, down to the legs, holding your legs, your feet, your toes with your awareness at the same time. It's like the light of your attention allows you to sense and feel the entire lower half of your body simultaneously. And it might feel as if all those parts of your body from the pelvis down, almost like a softening. Like imagine they could sink and get even heavier, almost like the support beneath you could absorb you. And then from your buttocks, your pelvis, it's like you navigate internally this time. And if you could, what would it feel like to hold your pelvic floor in the eye of your awareness? It's this dish-like shape or muscle structure at the very base of your trunk. And it holds all the internal organs. So from the pelvic floor, then you have the small intestines, the large intestines, the colon, the stomach, and the skin across the front of the belly, and your lower back, the skin all the way up the backside to the shoulder blades, and then the front of your chest. And you can feel your rib cage now, holding your rib cage in your awareness, and feel like the stability that this structure provides, the protection of our most vital organs. And then go in, like you're diving in again. Can you feel the organ of your heart? See if you can hold your awareness on the organ of your heart, and imagine if you could will the muscles of your heart to soften and relax, just like you can your bicep or your belly. Could you relax completely your heart space? And then that relaxation, that softening, it starts to seep into the butterfly-like shape of the lungs, the organs right beside it. And now the whole trunk alive with your awareness, taking your attention from your heart space. It travels over your collarbones toward the shoulders, and then down the upper arm bones. It passes over your elbows, your forearms. It finds your wrists, your hands, your palms, your fingers, fingertips, even the backs of your hands. And your awareness travels back up the arm bones to find your shoulders yet again. Awareness wraps from collarbones to back of neck, base of skull, and the skin that wraps all the way over the skull, crown of head, and then from crown of head down the forehead to meet the third eye, all the way It caresses the skin of your face to find your jaw, your chin, your throat. And then again back up the neck. Run your awareness over your lips, the mouth cavity, your nostrils, the nasal cavity, your eyeballs and eye sockets. And could you even sense or feel the optic nerve that connects what you see, what you perceive from the outside world and sends messages, information to the brain? And then from the optic nerve, the brain, to your ears, your eardrums. And this incredible 7 gateways of sense perception: the ears, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, that allow us to perceive the world around us in sound, in sight, in color, in smell, in taste. And then the skin, your skin, the whole periphery or boundary of your being, the very thing that contains all of you physically. Could you hold your whole being in your awareness? It might even be like you've stepped outside of yourself and you are gazing down at yourself sitting in meditation, and you're seeing your whole body as this radiant, shimmering, alive miracle. And then perhaps watching from outside yourself or feeling from within the place where your skin, that boundary, meets the space around you. And perhaps you can feel clothing or temperature where cool or warm air meets you, and it's almost as if you start to blend into your environment and now no longer separate from the rest. You start to feel the interconnectedness of everything, and you feel both your individuality within but also your interconnectedness. You start to feel or sense or see that you are part of something so much greater than yourself. Every action you take, it has an effect. And you just meditate on that felt sense of being completely alive. It's almost like a shimmering, like a full body tremor or hum, being both fully alive individually but part of something far greater. And then drawing your attention back into your body and holding your awareness again at the heart space. And just remaining here connected to heart for a few cycles of breath. Noticing where your mind starts to drift to, and you notice without making it wrong, without any judgment. It's just like, oh, interesting, there it goes again. Every time just honing your capacity to come back, to remember again and again and again. Now you can raise your hands and find Anjali Mudra, palms merging at your heart, lifting the heart to meet the hands as you bow. And just pausing, honoring yourself for creating time today to slow down. It really is the medicine that we need in our modern world, but particularly during these uncertain times. Let's have one breath in together. It's like you sip it in real slowly. Smooth breath out. You can rub your palms together to create a little heat, some prana. Feel it at the palms, heating them up, and just placing your hands to anywhere on your body you feel called to today. And when you're ready to, cracking open the eyelids. And thanks so much for tuning in. Questions or comments, please hit me up. My name's Laura. Thank you.